Good morning. My name is Alan, and I am the Mind Alchemist. In case the video didn't start at the right time, good morning. My name is Alan. I am the Mind Alchemist. And today I wanted to talk to you about a really common concern that people have when I take them into trance. And I'd also like to explain the different kinds of hypnosis that can be done and why these people have certain concerns. So, when I do hypnosis, especially for really difficult issues, my go to is something called the Simpson Protocol. And what we do is I take a person into trance. They will close their eyes, they'll relax, and pretty soon they're pretty zoned out. They're just like in a really comfortable state, but they will hear everything I'm saying, they will remember everything I'm saying. So there's no surprises, no shocks. But when they're really, really relaxed, what I do is I ask them to just allow for their guidance, their higher mind with guidance, to give me a response, a yes or no response to their concerns. And once I establish a communication with their higher mind, I could ask anything and ask for anything to be done for their benefit. So, how do we do this? I'm going to ask them to please volunteer a hand. It could be a right hand or a left hand. Never both hands because that kind of messes things up for me. And I'm going to ask on that hand. So let's say I'm using my right hand and I'm going to say, could you please volunteer a yes response? And I get a yes. And then I'm going to ask to volunteer a no response and I might get a no with a thumb. And once I have that understanding with their unconscious, I could ask them anything. So I will ask them, is there any trauma associated with this issue? It might be a yes, it might be a no. If there is trauma, I will ask, superconscious or higher mind with guidance, could you please go in, analyze the problem, and resolve it, and let me know when it's done? And then I'll get a yes response, it's done. I might get a no response, in which case I'll ask another 3 or 4 questions. Is there something we need to do first, like forgive someone or forgive self, before we could make the changes? Eventually, I do get a yes. But for me, it's really important for the person to feel comfortable with it. And the number one question, number one concern I have is not that I did something unethical. They never know if it's their finger coming up yes, or it's their mind making their finger come up yes or no. So I just tell them, you know what? It's really important when I'm working to establish a trust with your superconscious. And so part of my intention and part of what I say directly to superconscious is there any interference whatsoever at a conscious or unconscious level that is affecting the answers? Because if there is, if it's not for their highest good, I ask superconscious, their higher mind guidance, to please negate or to neutralize that that interference, so that whatever the client gets is of the purest form and for their benefits. Because at the end of the day, that's all I really care about, is that you're okay, that my client is okay. So once I get that okay to neutralize and negate any interference, whether the answer is yes when the person meant no, or when the person meant no and it was a yes, it doesn't really matter what the response is to me, because I know that the work is being done and I do get really good results. The other part that, the other kind of hypnosis I do is um, hypnotic language, and basically using something as simple as a run-on sentence, which could be something like, and as you close your eyes and you notice that something is different, and it may be the right hand or it may be the left hand, and as you focus on those hands, you may remember a time when something meant nothing and nothing meant something. And the more you concentrate on your breathing, the more you'll notice that I don't know what this guy's talking about. And as brain has certain confusion going on within it, then at that point, I could just drop in some direct suggestions like, it is said that a confident person is a person just like you. And because that person's so confused, that suggestion will go straight into the unconscious, and the person will wake up, open their eyes, and they will be a lot more confident. So if you have any kind of concerns about hypnosis, how I use it, or what the responses are, whether it's a hand response, it could be a nod of the head, because I could ask for that as well. And some people have a stiff neck, or it's hard for them to keep their hand up, so I could see it for 2 hours. And I could just say, well, could we use their voice? Because again, it's my connection with the unconscious, the superconscious, the higher mind with guidance that creates a difference. So there's many ways to get the same result. And my name is Alan. I'm the Mind Alchemist, and I am here to help you with all your questions, with all your concerns. So if you need to, give me a call, send me a text. I'm at the mindalchemist.ca, and it's mindalchemist.ca. Yeah, give me a call. Thank you.